For the last few weeks, I've been making over my laundry room for the second time, starting with demo, undoing all of the things that I had done previously, and then I added in some shiplap paneling to cover all of the walls and tons of storage. Everywhere I could fit storage, I put storage. Covered up all of the gaps at the top of the cabinets, added some molding at the top, and then did all of the prep work like wood filling and sanding that, caulking all of the seams to get this room completely ready for all of the painting that we are going to be doing in today's video, and to get one step closer to finishing this project up for the second time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video because we are finally getting some paint up in this room, and nothing shows more progress or makes you feel like you're making more progress than paint, because it's so immediate, the difference that it makes. We have a lot of cabinets to paint, the doors, the walls, the ceiling, basically everything but the floor in here is getting painted. I decided to go with the color that I've used throughout my home, and that's Sherwin Jogging Path. It's a very neutral color, and I want some continuity in my space. I painted the built-ins in my living room this color. I love it. I love how it looks in there. I know it looks good with the floors, and so I wanted to carry that over into the laundry room. But because lighting is different in every single room, I did swatch the color pretty much on every wall just to make sure that it's gonna look good in here too. Now this is what's crazy. Look at the difference between these colors just based on the background that they're by. Over here on the white, you can see that the color looks like the actual true color, but then here it looks straight up like cool gray. So I actually want to start off outside on the doors, because I'm going to do a couple of coats on the back and then flip them over, and then a couple of coats on the front. So with drying times and everything, like those are going to take the longest. So I want to start with those, and then in between while they're drying, we'll be working in this space. I'm going to be doing that outside and then rolling and painting with a brush in here. Spraying those cabinet doors was so much faster than rolling and brushing the paint on there. I might have to do 3 coats because I had to thin down the paint some, but it's still so much faster than 2 coats rolling it on. As we age, especially as women, our hormones play a major role in how our bodies change during this stage of life. For me, I could definitely see it in my skin. I was having a lot of dryness, but then also I was having acne and texture issues like a teenager. It was so frustrating. So if your body feels different lately, maybe your weight's changing, you're having brain fog, or you just don't feel like you, our sponsor, MIDI Health, has real solutions. MIDI is a virtual care clinic created specifically by women for women. They specialize in women's care, and they're there for those of us who are navigating hormonal changes. They offer several different types of visits ranging from menopause, perimenopause, skin, longevity, weight, mood, and memory, and more. To have a company like this that's specifically for women and these changes for this time in their lives, I feel like it's such a topic that we don't know as much about as we should, and MIDI can be such a good resource for us. Their clinicians can order lab tests, review results, and adjust your plan based on your goals. They can prescribe medication for hormonal and non-hormonal support, weight loss, and more. MIDI also provides prescription skincare and hair care, nutritional guidance, and lifestyle coaching for a truly comprehensive approach. Plus, there are no memberships or hidden fees. MIDI bills your insurance just like any other provider. Booking is also super easy. Take a few minutes to set up your account, enter your insurance, tell MIDI about your symptoms, and then choose a time to meet with your clinician. If you'd like to take the next steps and join the more than 200,000 women who love and trust MIDI, just click the link down in the description or go to trymidi.com/Kelsey Romito to book your virtual visit with the clinician who really understands women's health. Huge thank you to MIDI Health for sponsoring this video and for helping women to take charge of their health from the inside out. Okay, moving on to inside. I'm going to do all of the edge work first. So like things like that, where the roller can't get. I prefer to do that, and then that's the hardest part, takes the longest, you know, along all of the edges and up here. And then once we go in with the roller, it will be a lot faster. This is only a small part of all of the edging that I did. Because of the shiplap, I had to be very careful that it didn't run in the joints or the faux joints of the shiplap paneling, so it wasn't just a straightforward edging like normal. After I was done with all of that, it was time to do the second coat on the cabinet doors. I only ended up having to do 2 coats, which was great, and then it was back inside to start rolling the paint on with the roller, which was much faster than all of the edging. The ceiling is by far my least favorite part whenever I'm painting a room, just because it's overhead and it's a lot more textured than the walls usually, so it's easier to miss spots. And I always make sure to wear a hat when I'm painting the ceiling because I'm most likely going to drop paint on my head and don't want to get it in my hair. After that was done, I moved on to the shiplap paneling. This took a little bit longer because first I had to get the paint into the joints of the shiplap with a brush, and then I smoothed that out with the roller. So it kind of took twice as long. It's a lot easier to paint a flat surface, but I definitely think the look is worth it. It just takes a little bit longer to do. After I got the first coat on the ceiling and walls, I went back outside to flip the cabinet doors over and get a first coat on the fronts of the doors. I did the backs first because I use the little paint tripods, and if I flip them over and say those tripods or something stick a tiny bit, I would rather it stick to the back and have a little mark than the front of the cabinet doors. And then I went back inside, and I'm using a smaller roller here to do the face frames of the cabinets, just because it's easier to control that way. It's the same exact finish, but a smaller roller is easier to use. I'm not painting the inside of the cabinets, just the face frames. And then I decided that I really wanted to color drench everything, including this door, so that got a couple of coats of paint. I did the second coat of everything off camera because I feel like you guys have probably seen me paint a
pretty good bit, and then I left everything to dry.
Okay, it's the next day. I let everything dry overnight. It's looking really good. I still have a few little touch-ups to do, but there's one spot in this room that I wasn't sure about. So this door frame here, I was thinking of leaving it white, but I don't like that. But it's just tricky to know where to stop the color then, because we have white beyond the door here. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna do like up to right here, I guess, and all of this will be the color of this room, and this will stay white to go with that room out there. I think that's gonna be the best bet. Okay, the frame is still drying, but that looks so much better. I think it blends in with this room a lot better, and then it just kind of stops right there. So it's like a clean line. I think it'll look okay from this area over here in the house. And now it's finally time for something I've been the most excited about, and that is putting the cabinet doors on these cabinets right here. I'm ready to close all of this up and hide all of the mess. We can start organizing our stuff. But first I need to add the hinges to the doors. I got new hinges. I wanted soft close hinges so they didn't slam. And then also I switched the way the door swings, so I'm gonna have to drill new holes, but it's gonna be totally worth it.
Adding all of these shelves got me so excited about all of this storage. For these top cabinets here, I'm just putting the shelves all at the same height for right now. They are adjustable on the inside. They have the little pinholes. For the bottom cabinets, because these are going to serve as the lockers for the 4 members of my family, I did them at different heights depending on the needs of whoever they were. I'm also going to customize the insides of them a little bit, so that's why they are different on the inside. But once we start putting everything back, I'm sure I will adjust things even more depending on what we want to put in there. And then it was time for the doors on those cabinets, and I was the most excited about this, I think, to finally see this storage start closing up. To make sure that the cabinets are all at the same height, I'm using this piece of scrap wood as a spacer from the floor. So I'm just setting the cabinet on top of that. It also helps because it gives the cabinet something to sit on while I'm screwing it into the face frame without having to hold it up myself. I also used a spacer for the upper doors to make sure that they were the same distance from the bottom doors.
Oh my gosh, look at all the storage. We have more than quadrupled the amount of storage in here, and it looks so good, and it's all closed. It's gonna be inside there, and you won't be able to see all of the mess in here. I still need to do a few more touch-ups on the paint, but it's looking so good. And I was worried that it was gonna be a little cramped in here because of all the new cabinets, and it is not at all. Taking that door off was definitely the right choice. All of this storage, taller cabinets up here. I'm so excited to fill these. I had really been hoping to get this laundry room finished up in this video. I feel like this project's kind of dragging on, but life has gotten in the way and I've had to take it one step at a time, as much as I can do. But I am so excited for this project to be done and to actually start using it. So I think one more video, because I still have some things that I need to do in here. I still need to do some touch-ups. We need hardware for these cabinets. I need to take out this washer and dryer, install the new washer and dryer. I need a countertop for that. I need to hide the stuff behind that washer and dryer. I'm thinking of building like a faux wall. We need a little bit of decoration in here so it's not so stark and echoey. So we're almost there, just some small details that's really gonna pull this room together. So if you've stuck with me this long, thank you so much. We have one more video left. Make sure that you're subscribed, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.